This episode of Delmarva Life is brought to you by the town of Princess Anne and Main Street Princess Anne.
Sitting at the head of the Menoken River, the namesake of royalty. Today we shine the spotlight on Princess Anne in Somerset County, a town established in the 18th century, rich in history.
A lot of our public buildings, a lot of our residences are historic and have been here since the late 1700s, early to mid 1800s.
And memories.
At one time, down in Main Street, that was a booming area. Had movie theaters, you had convenience stores.
And in the 21st century, Princess Anne is attracting business owners from around the world.
Very uncorrupted. It still feels to me very much like an unspoiled Eastern Shore. The streets here are very wide, very spacious. You get a nice sense of light and space, and there's very few towns where you really feel that any longer.
It's a hidden treasure that is a short drive from anywhere on Delmarva. So sit back, relax, because we're taking you on a journey in today's small town series, Princess Anne. And welcome to our second installment of Delmarva Life Small Town Series. We are so excited to show you some of the treasures you can find in Princess Anne.
It's a town rich in history, but also rising up to meet the needs of many who want to call Delmarva home.
And with a population of just about 4,000 people, Princess Anne was established in 1733 and serves as a county seat of Somerset County.
Stroll through downtown, you'll see that much of the 18th century architectural heritage remains, and the people of Princess Anne are proud of that heritage. Famous people from Princess Anne include Samuel Chance, signer of the Declaration of Independence and Supreme Court Associate Justice.
And Phillips Lee Goldsborough, who was the 47th governor of Maryland from 1912 to 1916.
In the mid-18th century, Princess Anne was a busy market center because of the river trade. At the time, the Menoken was navigable as far as the bridge at Princess Anne.
Today, the best and easiest way to get to Princess Anne is by Route 13. The historic downtown area is within a mile of the busy highway, and these days, people are making that exit and finding a hidden jewel. Somerset Avenue in springtime looks like something out of a Norman Rockwell painting. For Princess Anne Town Commission President Garland Hayward, it's always been home. So Garland, you are actually from Princess Anne, is that correct?
Yes, I was born and raised here.
When you were growing up, did you know that you were going to spend the rest of your life here?
Well, I've always been a country boy, so I love the country. And I went to college here, and the only time that I left actually was when I went to the military.
Okay.
So I pretty much realized that I wanted to be in Princess Anne.
Yeah. Now, you have been a big part of what Princess Anne is today. It's been a slow, not always easy process, has it?
No, it's been a hard road to climb. We went through our segregation, and then we went through the integration process, and things began to change. At one time, down in Main Street, that was a booming area. You had movie theaters, you had convenience stores, places where you could go and shop and buy clothing. But like everything else, that changed when your major retail stores moved out, and a lot of your main streets began to die out. So now we're trying to revolutionize and rebuild our Main Street.
And you have new businesses coming in. I mean, that has to make you feel good.
Well, it does, but it's taken a while. You know, I'm very excited that we have some entrepreneurs that are willing at this day and time to come in and start their own business. And it looks very promising. Throughout our Main Street endeavor, it looked like we weren't doing anything. But I said, don't worry about it. We're just making small steps. And the process takes a long while.
And the future's looking pretty good.
Yes, it is. We have an industrial park that we're trying to develop. As I said before, we have our businesses that are beginning to look at our Main Street. So it's looking promising.
And I'm in Boxwood Gardens, which has been a part of downtown Princess Anne since the early 1800s. And with me is Carrie Samus, and she is the Main Street Director. And they recently opened up Boxwood Gardens to the public.
Yeah, so in the past, the historic Boxwood Gardens have been open for special events and things like that. But the owner recently decided to just throw open the gate and have it open, which is amazing. So it's a beautiful spot, kind of nestled right downtown in our historic district. And you can take a little walk through yourself. It's beautiful. There are not only boxwoods here that have been here for, over 100 years, obviously, but there are also a lot of other plants that will be blooming throughout the year, and it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Stunning even in the wintertime. Sure, it really is.
And it's part of the historic district of Princess Anne, which Princess Anne really does have a rich historic district.
Definitely. So there are actually over 300 structures that are registered within the historic district downtown on the National Historic Registry, which is really cool. You can see a variety of architecture downtown. You can take a walking tour. There are a couple of little brochures that are historic walking guides that you can take downtown, which is pretty cool, and learn a little bit more about some of the buildings. You can do the ghost tour downtown, which is also cool, and learn a different kind of history.
Sure.
And some of the stories that go along with that. So that's always fascinating as well.
And a big part of the revitalization program has been the facades of some of these historic buildings.
Yeah, so through funding from the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development and some of the great work that the town of Princess Anne has done along with Main Street and the Historic Trust and Society, lots of other agencies and organizations have been working collectively to kind of revitalize the downtown area. And so as part of that, there have been a number of facade improvements along the street, and you can see how businesses have not only transformed the exterior of their business, but then kind of simultaneously transformed the interior of their business as well. And it just kind of helps to refresh, but with an eye to the past and kind of honoring that history here, but updating things a little bit as well. So it really is a beautiful downtown.
And with the momentum the town of Princess Anne has created, it doesn't look like progress is slowing down anytime soon.
And we invited this afternoon to join us Main Street Director Carrie Samus here at Historic Studio D to talk more about all of the great things that are happening in Princess Anne. Thanks for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you so much.
So Mr. Hayward referred to Princess Anne as a hidden jewel.
Definitely.
But people are finding it. You've had what, 9 businesses open in the last year or so?
In less than a year, which is amazing. So, there are a lot of really affordable properties. There are affordable storefronts, homes, that sort of thing. So there are a lot of opportunities for new businesses, entrepreneurs, families, things like that, to help us kind of grow. It's a good spot for it.
So what do you think it is about Princess Anne that's attracting everyone?
Historic charm, certainly. Location, definitely. I mean, we're really kind of situated right between the Atlantic and the Chesapeake, two beautiful edges of Delmarva. We're only 15 minutes south of Salisbury. It's a really great location.
And it's really a lot of fun, and it's gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
All right. We are just getting started with our small town series, Princess Anne. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, we take a walk on the campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore to learn how this school went from 9 students to 3,900 with degrees ranging from agriculture to aviation.
80 years prior to the first class at UMES, a young couple by the name of Teakle set out to build a dream home. And what a dream home. We're going to learn about the Teakle Mansion and what state-of-the-art comforts it had.
Going back even further to 1744, that's when the Washington Inn was established. See the room where its namesake likely stayed and how the inn has been preserved to reflect its humble beginnings while providing all the comforts of the 21st century.
And we have a taste of Princess Anne in the Delmarva Life kitchen. Chef Eric from the Washington Inn and Tavern here to make a strawberry feta salad with sautéed shrimp. Our celebration of Princess Anne is just getting started, but it's not going to be complete without you.
Stay right where you are. Delmarva Life. We'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. The law offices of Tunnel and Razor, Spicer Brothers Construction, Gateway Subaru, and A&A Companies.
Not far from historic downtown Princess Anne, you'll find the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, or UMES. Historically black college, it's a teaching, research, and doctoral institution, and it's come a long way since opening its doors in 1886.
How far? Well, I got a tour of the campus to find out and to see how the university is preparing students for a successful future in more ways than academically. Hans Cooper is the Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Experience at this higher education powerhouse with 130 years of rich history. 1890, a significant year for UMES?
Significant year for many schools, specifically UMES. So in 1890, the Second Morrill Act was passed, where basically it gave access to about 19 historically black colleges across the country for the intensive purpose to strengthen food and science research and teaching among certain institutions. So institutions such as University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Virginia State University, Tuskegee, and other historically black colleges.
So these schools, it just wasn't just farming that they were learning.
No, the whole part of the 1890s land grant institutions were really to help diversify the program, but really extend with a specific focus around research opportunities among these types of schools, specifically in the areas of agriculture and mechanical arts. So things such as plant and soil research, things such as pesticides, things such as better technologies around local produce and regional farms and things of that nature.
Now, fast forward to today, still have all of that, still have those types of programs, but you have so much more here at UMES.
We do. Today, we've grown. We offer roughly over 95 different programs, both across the undergraduate and graduate level. We are a doctoral research institution, which means we have graduate and doctoral studies in many of these areas. We have our aviation program. We have several engineering programs, as well as agriculture, which we've already discussed, and really some of our great business and technology majors. Outside of science, we have a wealth of liberal arts programs as well that are very unique to the institution, such as our construction management program, our PGA-approved golf management program, which is the only PGA-approved golf program that belongs to any HBCU in the country. We also have an amazing sequential arts program, which does everything from comic book and art design to things such as commercial photography.
Wow.
So we have just a wealth of very unique, distinctive programs to us that really make us what I think a hidden jewel in this area.
UMES also offers students opportunities beyond the classroom. And I'm with Anshay Toll. She is an admissions counselor here at UMES, and we're in front of one of the newer buildings here. This is the Engineering and Aviation Science Complex. Anshay, I imagine having state-of-the-art buildings like this makes it easier to draw students to UMES.
Yes, it truly does, because the building actually opened up in 2016, and with me being in the Office of Admissions and Recruitment, that's one of the draws that I talked with students about when I'm on the road, especially being that UMES is the only undergraduate university that allows a student to graduate with an undergrad degree with a pilot license. So that's one of the great opportunities that students can definitely come to UMES, take advantage of, with all the state-of-the-art labs that are here on the campus. We have our eatery called The Shore within that building. We have a full broadcasting studio, Hawk Radio, and those are some of the experiences students should take in when they're definitely pursuing their college.
And tell me about some of the student leadership programs you have here at UMES.
Some of the student leadership programs we have here at UMES is through the Office of Campus Life. They have Student Government Association, where that allows students to run for different positions in office, where they can be a leadership depending on from starting in their freshman year going into their senior year. It allows them to learn the politics of campus, to be the voice for students. They do professional development, they go to different conferences, they kind of integrate with other students from other universities as well. So if you're looking to get involved on campus, I definitely encourage students when they come in their first year, take a look at student government, because that will set the tone for your whole collegiate experience here.
Campus life here, I imagine, is pretty exciting as well.
Yeah, campus life is a lot of fun. So here on UMES's campus, we have over 70 different organizations. Get involved. There is something here for every student on this campus. If we don't have it, you have the opportunity to create your own club and organization here on campus, as well as academics being number one and most important. Every academics also has different clubs within the major, but the campus experience is everything.
And students here have the opportunity to study abroad?
They do. So we have the Office of International Affairs here. And one thing that I love about UMES, in the beginning of the semester, they have a passport club. So students who may come here may not have access to a passport. UMES will provide them with those opportunities. Students have studied in Brazil, in Africa.
At about 1,100 acres, this campus is relatively small, but offers students everything they need to not only meet, but overcome the challenges that may lie ahead. UMES has in-state tuition for Maryland students, and it also offers a discounted rate for students residing on the eastern shore of Virginia and all of Delaware.
You really enjoyed that visit.
I did.
That looked like fun.
Earlier in the show, we heard from Princess Anne Town Commission President Garland Hayward about how the Main Street, Somerset Avenue, has changed over the years. And some businesses on Somerset are embracing that change. Businesses like Somerset Choice Station.
It's in an old gas station, but that doesn't mean out with the old in with the new. WBOC's Heidi Horosta stopped in to see what makes the shop so unique.
Somerset Choice Station has been around for 12 years. It's just moved to a few different locations, but for the past 5 years, its home has been in this old gas station.
A member of the Historical Society bought it and restored it, let us move in, where we've been, as I said, for 4 or 5 years. And then she moved back to California and she donated it to us.
That means it's here to stay. Sharon Upton is just one of the volunteers that run this antique and consignment shop.
The antique store was started by a volunteer, and of course we didn't have the funds at that time to pay anybody, so they encourage volunteers to join, and it's grown. So we started out with 2 or 3 volunteers, and now we're up to 12.
With all of the volunteers, they're able to stay open 6 days a week, and all of the sales money goes towards any program that supports the history of Somerset County.
The proceeds go to the Somerset County Historical Society, supports Teakle Mansion, the maintenance of that, and educational program that we have.
Upton says the unique thing about this store is the selection of smaller items.
A lot of nautical, local books. We have local books. We have one of our volunteers restores our linens and packages them. We sell a lot of linens, small furniture, just gifts.
Upton says Somerset Choice Station has almost anything you could think of, including sweetheart jewelry, which is jewelry that was made overseas during World War II. Upton says some of the most popular items aren't from that long ago.
Vintage items, like they don't think of vintage items, something from the 50s or 60s, as being desirable. Somebody might have a 1960s bread box and throw it out when they don't want it, but we can sell it.
And as you can imagine, some of these antiques are a bit more unique than others.
Probably the strangest item was a mortician's cooling bed. It was an oak folding bed that was caned, and it finally sold to a gentleman who had big Halloween parties, and he told us he was going to use it for a buffet table for his party. So very unique repurposing.
Upton says they are always looking for the unusual and the different.
People call us and they're downsizing, or they've inherited different items and they're trying to find new homes for them. And so they bring them in and we take things that we think we can sell. When the items sell, they get 60% of the sale price. The Historical Society gets the other 40%.
And with more than 250 consigners, this store has items coming in every single day.
So new things are on the floor every day, and as a result, people come back to see what's new.
Making it a different store every day with items that aren't just antique and vintage. They're individual pieces that hold their own story.
Now, while everything in the store is for sale, there is one exception. There's a working 1940s traffic light hanging from the ceiling that was on Prince William and Somerset Avenue. That's a no-go.
Main Street Manager Carrie Samus told us about the 300 historic buildings in Princess Anne, but there is one that stands out from the rest. Teakle Mansion is one of the more iconic homes.
And it's not hard to see why. When it was built some 200 years ago, it was not only bigger than other homes in the area, it had then unprecedented modern conveniences.
Today, the mansion is used to keep history alive among people, young and old, who visit it. It's hard to miss this massive 10,000 square foot mansion in Princess Anne. Even more so back when Littleton Dennis Teakle and his wife Elizabeth started construction on their home in 1802.
Things seem to be going really well, and everyone was very pleased, and they had completed a certain amount of the house, but then there was a drought and financial distress moved in, and so they just had to stop building.
Somerset County Historical Society board member Sally Ridgway dresses in period costume and plays the role of Mrs. Teakle when school children tour the home. As she tells the story, construction wouldn't pick back up until 16 years later. That's when they added a large kitchen, slave quarters, and a bedroom with something not too many people had back then.
What I call a bathing room. And that was kind of an unusual thing. I don't know of another house that has that, though there might be one of this time period. But it is rather unusual to have a special room to bathe in. Most people bathed in their bedroom, you know.
A lot of what is known about the Teakles comes from letters that Elizabeth wrote to her husband while he was away. She was left to run the household while her husband conducted business across the bay.
He had a big merchant store up in Baltimore. He had big ships that went to England and imported beautiful things and probably sold only to merchants.
Teakle Mansion was willed to the only daughter of Littleton and Elizabeth in the late 1840s, and she would eventually sell it. After changing hands a few more times, the mansion served many purposes, including an academy for the education of African American youth.
It was during the Depression when they actually divided it up into apartments, because, mainly, I'm sure, because once the crash happened, people couldn't afford a big place like this, so they had to do something just to keep it going.
But it eventually became the property of the Somerset Historical Society, which set out to restore the mansion to its original grandeur.
At that point, they could write for grants and, you know, get funding from other places other than their little fundraisers, because needless to say, we're not talking thousands of dollars, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that went into restoring the house.
We have often said that the mansion needs to get a job.
Dawn Neville is a member of the Somerset County Historical Society. She says the mansion is the perfect venue for special occasions.
We decided if the mansion needed a job, what better job than a job that would let it share itself with the community.
Many events have already been held here, such as Old Princess Anne Days and meetings of community groups. Now Teakle Mansion has opened up for weddings and other special events.
Rehearsal dinners, the wedding itself, showers, bridal showers, baby showers. We can do grandma's birthday if you want. We can host business meetings. A new judge in town held his reception here. So we're trying to do whatever we can to market the mansion in a way that makes the people who come into it appreciate it and want to preserve it as much as we do.
And that love of preservation and history is passed down during the visit made by the hundreds of school children who come to the mansion each year.
I just feel like history is a most interesting thing, and so if you can impart that to people and have them connect with the past, and needless to say, we always say, you know, we learn from the past so that maybe we don't make the same mistakes in the future. But connecting with the past, I think, gives you a lot of perspective about a lot of different things.
And you know, Jimmy, I always enjoy visiting the Teakle Mansion because I feel like I learn something new every time I go there.
That is incredible. What a place. Take a look at this, the Princess Anne Book Lovers Inn. This Victorian inn was built in 1885. Owner Heidi Emily is from the UK, brings her British hospitality to the inn with tea time, a reading parlor, and a room to watch English television. Guests who don't take advantage of a booked room can visit for tea and yummy English biscuits.
One of the advantages of living in a small town like Princess Anne, you can find just about everything you need within a few blocks.
And that, of course, includes fine wine. And whether you're a fan of Riesling, Cabernet, maybe Pinot Grigio, Junior's Wines on Somerset Avenue has a selection for everyone and the expertise to help you get that perfect bottle. We sent WWOC's Heidi Roasted to check it out.
Somerset Avenue in Princess Anne is where you will find the largest selection of fine wines in the area. Junior's Wines opened 16 years ago by this man, Mahesh, but everyone knows him as Junior.
You name it, we have it.
This store provides wines from all over the world, the country, and locally from Delmarva.
We carry from Vienna, Bordeaux from Eden, St. Michael, Easton.
With all different varieties, Junior says that depending on the time of year, the demand can change.
In wintertime, we go to Cab, Pinot Noir, all the red one. In summertime, Chardonnay, sweet, Pinot Grigio. And if I don't have it, I will make sure you have it.
He says if you can get it in Maryland, you will have that bottle of wine.
Come to me, I'll always be here and ask us, and we will write down your name and your wine, what kind of wine you need. And I will try to do my best to find out and the price.
Despite the wide selection of wine, Junior says it's best to buy locally. It drives the local economy.
And try to support especially the local Eastern Shore wineries that, I may be selling so inexpensive, maybe, making a little bit, but helping. And they're helping us to grow in Eastern Shore as a winery. And, that's why we want to put it in the map too at the same time.
And by driving that local economy, along with many years in the business, Junior is now expanding into the beer department.
Not everybody drink wine, somebody like beer. And that's why I started doing it that one.
Junior says he was missing out on a portion of the market. Now the store has something for everyone.
We have IPAs, Pilsners, we even have German-style lagers. We actually have a six-pack of probably one of the oldest breweries in the world. From Germany, carry a lot of stouts, porters.
This also includes the local ones.
Your Evo, your Burley, your Third Wave.
And that's just scratching the surface.
Basically, if you know what you like and you come in here and ask for it, I can point you to something that'll be excellent.
Everyone likes something different, whether it's beer or wine. And every different variety tastes a little different.
But as the craft brewing season grew, people's taste in wine sort of mirrors their taste in beer. Just as, somebody might say, I want a spicy cab, they might say, I want a juicy IPA, which means it's flavored with like citrus and stuff, or they want a very bitter IPA.
With the expanding business in Princess Anne, he says it's the community that really helps the business grow to where it is today.
The people, whole community, that they came out and support me and done all this year's business, and I'm very thankful for them, and I need a blessing from them.
With the endless rows of wine and the newly added beer selection, it's unlikely you'll leave empty-handed.
Heidi says in just 3 months, Juniors went from 10 to 15 different beers to over a variety of over 100 different beers.
Wow,
Isn't that incredible?
that is incredible.
If you visited Princess Anne back in 1913, you might have sent somebody a postcard like this one from the Washington Hotel. As it turns out, the Washington Inn, as it's called today, did have some famous people walk through the doors, but none quite as famous as the man it was named after, President George Washington.
Intrigued? I was, so I had to hear the backstory and see how the hotel has been updated to accommodate today's guests while keeping its historic charm. If walls could talk, these walls may tell us a little bit about the time President George Washington slept here.
It's believed that he would have spent the night here on many occasions. Everybody knew George Washington as somebody who traveled a lot. And Martha was from the Eastern Shore.
The Washington Inn in Princess Anne dates back to 1744. In addition to what are now referred to as the Heritage Rooms, the Washington Inn has 2 staircases next to each other.
It's believed that the 2 staircases were one for men and one for women. One couldn't walk up behind the other, so they just divided them.
These are the original features of the centuries-old establishment that current owner Ian Fleming wanted preserved when he bought the inn. But first, he had to take on major renovations.
1744 is a good age, and it had been run as a commercial business since then, and not a lot of restoration done throughout that period of time.
Fleming says he teamed up with the town, the county, and the state to secure grants to pay for the project that created a lot of surprises once they dug in.
This room we're standing in now, for example, when we took the floors or the carpets up in order to get into the asbestos of the pipes underneath in the heating system, we found the floors were all rotten. And actually walls such as this were actually floating in midair, So the construction became a lot more complex than we initially thought.
And even though the building is now structurally sound, it still holds a lot of 18th century character.
Something that I tell everybody here, it's kind of funny that basically you can't put a marble on the floor anywhere here and expect it to stay in one place. The owner really thought it was important to keep that uniqueness, the sense of history that this place, embodies, and then, just keep it alive for everyone to see.
But you'll also find the comforts of the 21st century.
Very cozy and comfortable, as well as they have all the amenities at a regular room. We have Wi-Fi in there and stuff like that. But for the most part, they're appointed with furniture that can be as old as 200 years old.
For travelers and locals alike, the Washington Inn Tavern and dining rooms offer the same historic, homey atmosphere.
We have 2 dining rooms that seat around 48 people. The tavern itself will seat about 30.
Food at the Washington Inn is fresh and local when possible, prepared by Chef Eric.
A lot of different influences. During the winter, you'll find it to be closer to French with a lot of cream and butter. This spring, we've lightened the menu up a little bit. He's very good. There's several staple items on his menu, like the chicken pot pie or his, fried green tomatoes, which I can't take off of the menu because the locals will just, have my head.
The Washington Inn is one of 3 that are owned by Fleming. He also owns the Robert Morris Inn in Oxford, Maryland, and Inn on the Lake in his native Scotland. But he calls the Eastern Shore of Maryland home.
When we were here with our children in the early 80s, the great joy that we could share with them was the love of the place, being able to get out on the water, being able to fish and crab, and these sorts of experiences are unique to this part of the country, and certainly in Europe they don't exist these days. So we were delighted to share that with our children, and I look forward to sharing that with our grandchildren.
And Jimmy, you really do get a sense of stepping back in time when you walk into the Washington Inn and Tavern, but they have Wi-Fi.
Yes!
Yes.
And that food looked pretty good too. Okay, so before the break, we got a tour of the Washington Inn and Tavern in Princess Anne, including the kitchen where we saw Chef Eric at work. Today, we are proud to have him here in the Delmarva Life kitchen. Chef, what are we doing?
Today we're going to make a strawberry salad with a balsamic vinaigrette topped with some grilled shrimp with candied walnuts and feta cheese.
That sounds delicious. So I am going to make the actual dressing here.
Right.
So.
And you're going to slice strawberries.
Sounds like
yeah, let me go start doing that.
So,
okay, so I'm putting in.
Take this off. And then
we've got
you
some.
put that in there.
Is this like Dijon?
This is a Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard.
And then you're going to dump this. This is a half of an onion.
Half of an onion.
This is 3 tablespoons of honey.
A little sweet there for the savory. Okay.
And then you're going to put a teaspoon of oregano.
Oregano.
A teaspoon of thyme.
Thyme.
A teaspoon of garlic powder.
Garlic powder.
And then you can put the balsamic vinegar in there.
Okay, that's a lot. How much balsamic
is it?
A cup of balsamic. All right.
All right, and then we're going to do a pinch of salt, and a pinch of pepper.
That was a big pinch.
And then put the top on.
What did we do?
Here's the top. And then you turn this on. And then you're going to start.
And just add a little bit at a time?
Let it go. Just keep pouring it. Just keep going.
Are we going to eventually add this whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But we have to add it slowly. Jimmy, I see you eating over there.
No, you didn't. Keep going.
This is important. This is an important step, isn't it?
Right. Keep pouring. Go faster.
Oh, wow.
It's got a little thick.
A little water in.
We're going to thin it out.
There we go. That's good.
We're done.
We're done. Woo.
Then we taste it.
Taste it.
We're
ready to go.
I just learned from the best of chefs, tasting everything, making sure it's
take
okay.
this and toss it in some greens.
Okay.
Do I need to get out of your way here? Are we okay?
No, you need to start slicing.
And now we see why Lisa makes fun of me all the time.
I just say he cuts the whatever he's cutting kind of slow, but he's careful.
But no, just kind of slow.
All right. Do we have to have the strawberries to toss the greens?
No, we're going to put them on top.
Oh, good.
Good. So let's go ahead and toss those.
I'm going to drizzle some vinaigrette. And I'm going to put a little salt and pepper. And we're going to toss these up.
Nice. Oh, Jimmy, I'm glad you didn't give Jimmy that job.
What?
He would have them up in the lights.
He would have them up in the lights.
You don't let me toss salad anymore.
So when do we put the other ingredients on top with the strawberries?
Everything on top.
Oh, okay.
Everything goes on top.
All right. And of course, if you'd like this recipe, you know what you need to do.
Chef,
all right,
thank
Jimmy.
you again for coming in and doing this with us.
Oh, great, yeah. Doing everything we can to support Princess Anne.
It's been a while since I've spent some time in Princess Anne. I need to go down there again.
All right, so can we go ahead and throw things on top of the salad there?
All right, you can put some walnuts on them.
Okay.
Just put a couple walnuts around it.
Am I putting enough?
Got some strawberries there, Chef? Just pile in.
No, I see.
Oh, I want more, okay.
I'm sure people are gonna eat this.
Yeah, you have three for us.
Do you know why? Because
and then we're gonna put
these strawberries are so well sliced.
We're gonna put the strawberries on
That's
top.
what it is.
That's probably plenty.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough for you. All right, and then a little bit of
And then
fat.
Wow, that was really quick, Chef.
And then we're gonna put some feta cheese on top.
Thank you.
There you go.
And then we're gonna put a few shrimp on top.
Oh, we almost forgot the shrimp.
My goodness gracious. And you cooked those up just before we started this segment so that we could get it all done and show everybody how gorgeous you make these.
Shrimp on here.
Look at that.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get in this one because our time is short. Jimmy?
Oh, do I have to eat now?
You have to eat
now. I can do that. I have those skills. So, yeah, this is good.
The Washington Inn and Tavern on Somerset Avenue in Princess Anne. Chef Eric, thank you so much for coming in and showing us how to make this delicious recipe. And we hope you enjoyed this afternoon's tour of Princess Anne.
Stay tuned to Delmarva Live for our next small town series featuring the town of Laurel. Meanwhile, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our handle at Delmarva Live.
Time now to head down the hall to the Newsplex for WBOC News at 6. We will see you back here tomorrow.